Hey guys, Ann with SeeAnnSave.com, back for the start of another vlog. It is Monday and I had 2 eBay sales overnight. First is this men's Wrangler shirt that I think I got at the consignment store maybe, so it was less than $1. I normally avoid Wrangler unless it's vintage or it's a plus size, big and tall. I got this one because it was a 2XL tall and it had a funky pattern. But it did sell on sale for $12.49, but buyer paid shipping on top of that. And then this is a CJ Banks denim jacket. It's a 2X. It sold for $24.99. Buyer paid shipping on top of that. CJ Banks is the plus size like sister store to Christopher & Banks. And I have pretty good luck with them because, you know, it is plus size. So I do pick up their denim and blazers and whatnot. So, yeah, CJ Banks, it's, you know, it's not going to be like the $50, $100 sales, but it, you know, $20, $25, $30 sales if you can get it cheap, not bad. So waiting for 2 other people to pay, about ready to file an unpaid bidder claim on someone. Urgh. And it was someone who put in a best offer. I'm like, really? Then why don't you pay? So off to do that now. So just as I was getting ready to file an unpaid bidder claim on this item, the buyer won, or the buyer paid. And it was unclaimed buyer claim, not a bidder claim. Unpaid buyer claim on a buyer who paid. Good grief. This is a vintage Oshkosh denim trench coat. I got it at Goodwill for $1. I had it up for $50. It's a size medium. And someone offered me $20, and I took it because it's just slow, and why not? They did pay shipping on top of that. It's super heavy, so gonna have to figure out the best way to ship this out to them. So it's, you can see, 3 to 4 pounds. And I'm going to put it in one of these big poly bubble mailers that I get. I have 2 different sizes, and they're perfect for really big, heavy, bulky things like this. I mean, I could have put it in just a plain poly bag, but it doesn't make any difference on the weight. And I carry a couple different sizes of these, and you can get these on Amazon. Yeah, it's always good to have as many different supplies as you can. Put in for more bubble mailers. Let's see. I don't know what the holdup is. I'm running low. It's Monday afternoon. Just got home from taking my dad to his hearing aid appointment. Then dropped some things off at Goodwill. Then went to Target. Picked up some new bones for Lucy. She really likes these brushing shoes. And there's these new Fresh Mint. So maybe that'll help her. Poor thing has the worst breath. Then some Newman's Own treats. And then this came free in the mail. I posted this on my blog. These pop up periodically, but they go fast. But we'll just use this for little treats. Keep this little bowl here so when she goes outside and whatnot. Oh, Lucy, I got the flash on. You've got glowy eyes. And it's tacos tonight. Woohoo! Lucy. There, I got the flash off. The flash makes you look like you have alien eyes. Oh, and we're tired. You've been very busy today napping, haven't you? Were you a good girl while we were gone? Yes. Always a good girl. Back up, back up. So I think I mentioned this to you guys that my last Amazon payout was $42.95. And you see all the fees. And then my current account is $7.63. Most of my stuff now is at $8.88, what I have left on FBA. I am cross-listing merchant fulfilled and over on eBay as well. But to be honest, I really would just prefer to do eBay and forget Amazon. I know I've talked to you guys a lot about how I used to sell on Amazon heavily for about 4 years, I think. It's all a blur at this point, but here's an old payout from 2008. Look at my payout, $4,531.88. That was a 2-week payout. So yeah, that's what I used to do. But all being said, half of this was pretty much cost of goods because I was buying wholesale. So, I mean, still good for a 2-week period, but people get really hung up on sales numbers. I mean, I could be like, oh my God, look at my sales numbers. But after you break everything down, I mean, yes, this is after the fees, but cost of goods, shipping materials, all that kind of stuff, you know, it adds up. So, yep, be very careful if you're doing I know so many people doing the wholesale and whatnot, and I'm not saying it doesn't work, but it might not work forever, and you have to really be willing to change suppliers and always seek out new sources of wholesale companies, because I was working with about, I think 10, and then maybe 5 I consistently ordered from. And when they all started to sell online, or Amazon started to sell directly from them, you know, I got pushed out of the market fast. But anyway, yeah, I miss these numbers. It'd be sure nice to make that again, but oh well, travel back to 2008. Ah, the good old days. And here was my biggest payout ever. So December 4th to December 18th, 2009, we made, where am I? Okay, here, $7,144. Ah, the good old days. Here's just the same period in 2010, and look, $2,500. So almost a third of what I had made the previous year. And this is when things obviously were just going downhill for me. Yep, that's when I got into the secondhand game on eBay and really started to see major net profits. You know, gross sales on Amazon were impressive, but my net profits on eBay, so much better. It is after dinner now, and I just had an eBay sale. This set of flatware, there's 12 pieces. I think I got it for $1 or $2. I can't remember. One of the two. It sold for $49.99, and the buyer paid shipping on top of that. The reason that this is so valuable is because of the date on it, and because it is so ornate. You can see that. So the more ornate and the older are two good things made in Japan. Yeah, I was going to show you guys what I did with that dish rack I got at Sam's Club. So it ended up not working out great for the kitchen, but because it's too big for my kitchen area, it works perfectly down here to organize my plates, which I don't get a lot of, but I now have a place, because I was just stacking them up before and putting paper in between them like this. So now I have all my plates. I have some glassware. I have some of the smaller sets of flatware tucked into here. So this ends up working perfectly for me, because I've been wanting to get something I could organize the plates with, and I can pull it out if I need to get back there. So I absolutely love that. Got that at Sam's Club on clearance last week for $14.91, I think. Yeah, and here's everything. If you're new to the channel or I haven't given you an update in a while, here's the system. We have clothes that need to be listed, women's clothes that are listed, coats and jackets, women's clothes that are listed, denim jackets, and then like the beige stuff, the black stuff. Men's clothes that are listed, this is mainly t-shirts and dress shirts and some sweatshirts. Men's coats that are already listed. I did put the new t-shirts that I got, just tucked them there. I have sweaters here. We've got women's sweaters, men's sweaters, pants. Then over here we've got Bibles, books. The Precious Moments stuff is down there. Dishes, glassware, coffee mugs, Christmas, flatware, plush, housewares, decor, little collectible things, toys, and stuff that I am saving up for lots. And then this is the last of the Barnes & Noble stuff I need to list. These clothes are already listed. So as far as stuff needing to be listed, it's just that rack of clothing, this stuff, and just some miscellaneous stuff from the estate sales that I have upstairs. But the bulk of, you know, the clothing, the new clothing I got is all up. So there's a little update on the inventory situation. And oh, all the jewelry. One of these days, I'm going to get all this jewelry out and just do a video opening all the jewelry. If you guys would like me to do that, leave a comment below saying you would like a video of me opening all the jewelry. Because there it is. I got it all at Fill-A-Bag sales. And there's the stuff I keep just because I think it's cute. Okay, I'm going to put this stuff away now. And then, of course, go and get this ready for tomorrow. It is going to go in a flat rate bubble mailer. It is Wednesday and I'm at Walgreens. The report started rolling in yesterday that their 90% off clearance event is going on. So I'm here to check that out. Now with Walgreens, it's always important to remember every store is different. The one that's closest to my house, I never even bother going to for clearance deals because they are slammed with traffic. They are busy 24/7. It doesn't matter if you go day or night, although I don't go in the night, but I'm sure it's the same. There is a line 4, 5, 6 people deep. So I don't bother. I come to the Walgreens, it's about 15 minutes away from me, that's in a much quieter area. It is not nearly as busy or ever busy like the other one is. So if there is clearance to be found, it's going to be here. There is clearance that's kind of nationwide, and then I guess some of the others can be up to the manager's discretion. So if you are out searching for Walgreens deals, my best advice is to check every store. Just because you don't find it at one store, if you have other stores, go to those. And then you will kind of see which stores are the best for the clearance deals, so that the next time clearance rolls around, you can just go to the one or the two that you found that were good deals. So I'm going to go in and I will see if my store has any 90% off.
You got everything okay?
Yeah, thanks. Okay, my store didn't have a ton of stuff, but I did manage to find some things. So I got these Hounds clogs, and this stuff is for resale, by the way, Amazon or eBay or Crosslist. I got some flippers for myself, this cute little owl for myself, some men's gloves for Papa, and then these slippers. I'll probably list these online. Waverly. Then I got a bunch of Valentine's Day stuff. I obviously avoided the things with the candy in it, and I did the ones that had stickers. And I mainly stuck to the girl stuff because boy stuff doesn't really seem to sell that well. I got a bunch of these hats. One's a man's, I'll give it to Papa. The others are women's. Then I got some of these zip pouches. These were 99 cents. Almost everything was, 99 cents. Like the hats were $1.29, and then all these sticker sets, pets, and yeah, more of the Valentines, and I'll lot them together next year when it's time to sell them. So I hope you guys saw my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter post when the sale went live and are able to get out and get some stuff for yourself or to resell or for gifts, because again, every store is different, so just because this is what my store had doesn't mean it's what your store will have. So, but it goes fast once it goes to 90%. Since my Walgreens is right next to the Kmart, I'm going to stop in because store closing, yet they're still hiring. That's odd. So this is the last Kmart in our area. We used to have 2. The other one closed long ago. This one has just been hanging on. And it's, you know, anytime I have been in here, it's just sad, sad, sad. But, yeah, I haven't been in since they started the liquidation sale because, you know, they started like, everything's 10% off. Yeah, whatever. But I am going to come in here because Papa wears a particular pair of jeans, and this is like the last store that ever carried them. I probably should have come earlier, but I'm going to see if they have any. And then, of course, I can, you know, see what else the clearance looks like and make a decision then if, as it continues to drop, if I want to come back. Isn't the jewelry always 75% off? They're at 50 at a lot of stuff. 20 to 70. Oh, the men's clothes is 70. I bet they don't have his pants. Oh dear, that's ladies. Why is stuff just not one price off?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I love summer.
I know.
Hi. You know, once it drops to like 80%, it might be worth coming back and seeing about some stuff, but yeah. I mean, Kmart's not exactly prime picking places. Like, there's stuff that's still at 10 or 25. And I'm assuming they'll be sending stuff to other stores or doing salvage. Like, toys are still at 50. Oh well, it'll be going on for a while. See what they have at the end. But you know what? This is what it looks like even when it's not on clearance. It's just kind of a mess over here. You got the zoom zooms. Zoom zooms. Now, why can't these be like 75% off? 50, not worth it. Back in the day, Kmart was like the only store we had. That's where we shopped. Not this store, but a different one. The other side of town. But it's a dying breed. I was just looking if they had like clearance that would be an additional 50% off. Sometimes they do that. And Kmart's pricey anyway, so it's like their version of a sale or half off is still more than most stores. So, oh well. Back home now with a couple eBay orders. First, this little Cabbage Patch Kids Playmate. I got it at a fill-a-bag sale, and of course the box is in terrible shape. I originally had it up for $34.99, and I had a ton of watchers, but just didn't move. So I finally put it down to $17.49, and that's what it sold for, and the buyer paid shipping on top of that. It's light enough to go first class. And then this set of flatware that I picked up, it could have been $9, it could have been fill-a-bag, it could have been $1. It was $9 or less. I pretty much know that for most of my flatware. It sold for $59.99, and the buyer paid shipping on top of that. It's going to go in a flat rate bubble mailer. This was just, sometimes you get these patterns that are National Stainless Company. That's what NSCO means. It's stainless, it's Japan. The only like identifier that anybody has is that it's NS12, but it's a rose pattern, it's floral. And this is when I just got listed, so it sold pretty fast. So happy about that. I almost gave up on this because I couldn't find the pattern. I was like, oh, screw it. I'll just put it in the consignment store. But I was like, no, sit down, try to figure something out. So yeah, 60 bucks. Glad I did. Papa made brownies from a mix, but hey, chocolate peanut butter. Right, Lou?
What is that phone call?
Oh, I know. It just telemarketer crap keeps calling. Hi! Everyone will complain if you're not on the vlog. What's that face you're making?
I got teeth.
You got teeth. You okay, Lulu? It is now after dinner. I am exhausted. This day, it was supposed to be a nice relaxing day, and I was actually like, I think today I'll have the time I can maybe get some eBay listing done, which never happens. Anytime I think it's going to be a quiet day, forget it. I went out this morning and then just stuff around the house, and oh my gosh, I'm just beat. But anyway, sorry. I did just sell this vintage Hallmark recipe file. Ribbons are kind of but everything else, it's unused. And I got this at an estate sale for, it was either $1 or 50 cents. And I had it up for 25, and I had some watchers, and then it got put in my half off sale. So it sold for $12.49. The buyer did pay shipping on top of that. I'm gonna have to find a box. Kind of awkward. It's, you know, thick there on the base, but yeah. And with that, oh, here, quick, I'll show you quick what I got at Walgreens today to resell. I know you probably couldn't see it from the car. And I'm going to hold on to these things until next year, and I'll probably lot them together. And I think, I mean, these were maybe originally $2.99. I'm not sure, you know, signage was kind of off, but, you know, everything's 90% off. So I got some of these Rachel Hale sticker treats. Although people collect stickers, so I might have to look these up, see if they would sell now. So I got some of the puppy dog and the cat. And then I got Boo. He's so cute. Follow him on Instagram. Then I got these Wild West, which I'd never heard of. Disney Princess. They only had one Zoom Zoom. And then Paw Patrol. I always will pick up the Disney stuff and like girl stuff. The rest of them were like Ninja Turtles and whatnot. And I was like, I don't want to get those. Girl stuff just sells best with the stickers. I got a pair of Waverly slippers. I got a bunch of these clogs. They are hounds. The original retail is $14.99, but they were 90% off. And since I'm now ungated in clothing and shoes on Amazon, I can cross-list between there and eBay. I got some of these Waverly zipper pouches. And then I got these hats. I gave my dad the man one, but then I have these ladies' hats. So yeah, that is what I picked up at Walgreens, as well as some stickers. I actually ended up stopping at the Walgreens that's closest to my house, because I thought, well, maybe I'll just pop in there. And, you know, I told you guys that that's the super busy one. They literally had 3 little decorative pieces, some stickers, and then there was some other like a gift bag, and that was it. But I got the stickers that they had, and they rang up for like 20, or they rang up for 3 cents. My total for all the stickers I got was 26 cents. Anyway, yeah, they're upstairs, so I'm not showing you, but I might post them on Instagram. So anyway, with that, I am going to wrap it up for the day. So if you guys are liking these video vlogs, please give this one a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. I did finally surpass 15,000 this morning again after going over and then back under. Now we're over again. So thank you to everyone for subscribing. And I will see you guys in the next video. So till next time. Bye.